In this segment, I'm going to show you how to make this easy all Gerbera arrangement using foam. Put that to the side. Let me show you how it's done. I've got a lovely ceramic container, waterproof of course, just a nice size for that kind of design. I've pre-soaked a half a brick of foam, and we need to cut it to fit. So you can go like that to get your markings for the corners and just slice those off, just like that. Get your corners off. Then you want, because we have the slant to the pot, we have to cut the edges off, but also I'm going to cut it in half because we're only using it as a base to hold things in place. So I don't need the full thickness. And because it slants, I'm going to just narrow down the sides like that, give them a slant to fit the pot. And then that will perfectly go in there. And because the pot slants, it's not going to sink. Add your lukewarm water with food, and then you're ready to go for designing. The reason I like doing this is because I find Gerbers are happier in fresh water instead of stuck into the foam. So that's why I like to, this is a fun way to do it. This is your structure to hold things in place, and the water is the happiness for the Gerbera. So, and I don't want to use a lot of greens, so it's a perfect way to do it. And I can show you placement this way. I'm not hiding that with greenery. So I've got the large Gerberas and the Germinis. That's what we're going to work with. Those are ready to go. I've pre-wired them. I've got a couple here just to show you how that's done. So what you want to do is, if you have a bend, just gently, you can go gently touch it, straightens it out. That's the side where you'd want to put the wire. Put that up into the Gerbera. You don't want it sticking up, make sure it's not sticking up. And what you want to do is basically keep it straight with a tiny twist. And at the bottom, just hug it around the bottom. The reason why I like to do this is because it kind of disappears. You don't want to go put it up and go windy, windy, windy. That's like a spring that bends. It's not going to help keep it straight. Keep your wire straight. That's the reason why behind that. And again with the Germini. So I'm going to put it there. See, I'm just going to straighten it like this. Put the wire into the head, straight down with a little twist, and hook it around the bottom, just like that. Kind of disappears. That's what you want to do. And this is 22 gauge, so you know what to buy. Okay, let's get started. We'll start with a large Gerbera. Give them a nice cut with your knife, with your thumb stiff, not touching the knife. And let's put it in. We're going to go 3 points. So 1, all the way down, right through the foam. The flowers are now nicely done in water. So keep them long enough. This is a good way to gauge your length too, by going like that. So don't cut that too short. Give it the length. I need it a little bit off. So I'm going to do 3 points. See, we've got our nice 3 points. That's the size we're going to go with. Now I've got 2 more large ones, so we can bring more of a circle to it. So I'll put one right here. And I'm going to put the other one here. I can put it more to the middle, because I don't want just a ring with a hole. And you can adjust that one if you'd like. So I think that's a good placement. Now we can start adding the smaller ones. So again, just a nice long cut and place it in. And this, because I have gaps, which I like to do for watering, you can also put your flowers in the gap. It's going to stay. It doesn't have to go in the foam if you want to use the edge. Please use your edge always. Don't all go to the middle. Then it makes it hard for flowers to be inserted if everything's gone to the middle. You wind up having no room. You can go sideways into the foam too, just to splay it out a little bit. Again, let's cut and put it in. And just keep going until you fill all your holes. Here I've got some holes in the middle. Go down. This is a great way to show you how to use foam. Makes everything go easier once you learn that technique. See, it's filling in really nicely. And these are such a fun flower that you can get all year round. So all the flowers are in, it looks beautiful. We have a few gaps that we want to fill. I've got this really nice solidago that when you get them, you can pluck off the sides. This is what we'll use to hide the wire. The top parts we'll put in the middle. So we're going to just go in, push it down through the foam into the water. That's going to fill in your centers. And then these lovely little bits we're going to put on the sides to hide the wire. You want to always hide your mechanics, so think of that. So we're going to keep filling with these little bits for sides. Then I want to finish off with some moss. I've got this gorgeous green reindeer moss. It's beautiful. Love working with it. If it's moist, it stays puffy like that. So that is going to go kind of on top of the foam to hide your gaps. Finishes it off, grounds your design, brightens up the yellow. It's so pretty. And work the whole way around, just like we did on this one. Go all the way around, make sure it's all done. And that's how you work, with just a slight layer of foam on top so you can have the nice fresh water for the flowers of the Gerberas.